Welcome, everybody. I'm Joe from the Game House. Today we'll be doing a 2025 NFL mock draft for the Los Angeles Rams. The Rams are on the clock in our 2025 NFL mock draft series here at the Game House. We'll be doing a mock draft for every NFL team once before free agency and then once after free agency before the 2025 NFL draft. That'll give us a better idea of what teams went through right now and then what they go through later. We'll be using the NFL mock draft database simulator because I like the way it meshes big boards from across the internet together to make their own big board, and we'll also be rejecting all trades to keep it as realistic as possible. The Rams are a team that seems like it's kind of in transition. They had a good draft last year, but now they're giving Matthew Stafford permission to seek a trade. They're trying to trade Cooper Kupp. So when they gave Les Need picks, he was able to do very well with those situations. So we'll see how they go with this pick in this draft. Um, this is going to be interesting, I think, because they may not have the quarterback situation figured out. And I don't know if they would go. I mean, Josh Simmons would be good value there. He's coming off an injury. I'm going to go Emeka Egbuka. He's a guy who does a lot of the little things right. He's a good blocker. He runs routes. He won't test the best athletically, but the Rams are ones who don't seem to care about that as much as anyone else. So he could kind of fill that role if you're going to trade Cooper Kupp. He could be a guy who can help that next quarterback out as a very good player on the outside there. So and also can play the slot too. Next pickup wants me to take offensive tackle. It might be the move here with Wyatt Milam still there. They have some pretty good young defensive linemen. Linebacker is definitely a big need. Yeah, I'm going to go Wyatt Milam at offensive tackle. Make sure that new quarterback is protected here. I think he's a guy who could play multiple positions on the offensive line if asked to. Next pick, we will go Demetrius Knight, the linebacker out of South Carolina, a guy who's getting a lot more love recently. But they have struggled at linebacker the last couple of years, and they don't really have much at the position. I think Demetrius Knight, even though he's picked at 100, could start from day one for them and create a huge impact for him. All right, so the next pick up, we are at pick 126. Um, let's go. We already got the wide receiver. I don't know if they'll go running back after taking Blake Corum last year. I mean, it's not a bad idea. But let's go Savion Jones, the edge rusher out of LSU. Get some more rotational edge rushers there. We saw how well Jared Verse did. Let's make sure there's someone on the other side of him to be very good next season. Even if there are other players who can provide depth, he can be in the rotation as well. All right, pick 192 is up next. We'll see if they can find some diamonds in the rough here for this team. Oof. We'll go Jake Brenningstool, the tight end out of Clemson. A guy who probably could fill out his frame a little bit more to help on inline situations and may need to do that to see the field a lot more for the Rams, but I think could be a pretty good athlete and could help them in some ways too. Next pickup, let's go Mellow Dots in the corner out of Kansas. Have to improve that secondary as well moving forward. And that, get pick 204 right afterwards. So that gives us some flexibility here. The last pick in the draft, though, for the Rams. Um, we'll go Raheem Sanders. Or no, yeah, we'll go Raheem Sanders, the running back out of South Carolina, a bigger, powerful back. I did just mention they took Blake Corum last year. I don't think it stops you from taking a back at pick 204 if you think he can help. But yeah, he's a powerful runner, maybe change things up a little bit. Can be a good backup if Kyron Williams or Blake Corum gets hurt next season. All right, so to go back through the Rams mock draft, we have Emeka Egbuka, the wide receiver out of Ohio State. I've taken him in a couple recent mock drafts, but if he falls to you, I think he's a good player who maybe not ever going to be a number one receiver, could be a very good number two. Then we have at 90, we have Wyatt Milam, a guy who plays offensive tackle for West Virginia. I think he could even play inside if you need him to and moves pretty well for the position. Pick 100, I think good value here. Demetrius Knight, a guy a lot of people have liked more recently. And I think because the Rams struggles at linebacker the last couple of years, I think he could be a very good impact player from early on. Savion Jones, the edge rusher at LSU, to provide some rotation for the edge rushers there. Jake Brenningstool, the tight end out of Clemson, Mellow Dots in the corner out of Kansas, and Raheem Sanders, the running back out of South Carolina. Let me know what you think of this mock draft down in the comments below. We'll be doing more NFL mock drafts for every NFL team before the 2025 NFL draft. For now, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys next time.